Good morning, everyone. I see there are still people coming in, so let's just give it a few seconds that they can come into the class. And then I am going to speak. And then I am going to speak and answer all the questions I got in the chat. It's beautiful to see I got so many questions. I love questions. So let's just wait for everyone to get inside. Yeah, everyone is in. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I see that everyone is in. That is beautiful. Let me start. So, questions are, did I receive your test? Yes, I have been receiving tests. I am going to mark the tests, and we are going to be doing corrections from tomorrow about the tests. Next question is, what else? Yeah, I think that's all the things are. Yes, the tests are PDF. So if you don't have, it's just that it depends on what device you're using. So you can, I don't really mind if you can try by your best to try and convert the PDF to Word, or see how best you can answer the questions and send me the answers. As long as they are clear and I'm able to distinguish between them as answers of the test, I'll be I'll be a happy man, or continue to be happy as I am. Right. So let me take questions from the floor. We cannot discuss the test, right? We can speak about it in general, but we cannot discuss it. Why? Because some of you are still writing. Not be fair for us to discuss something in detail when people are writing. So it's important that we can just speak about it. Like, for example, you can tell me to say whether you find it hard or easy. That's all. But we cannot discuss the nitty-gritties about the test. Please do not discuss the test at all when now you are asking me any question. If it is about a particular question in the test, please don't ask that question. We'll talk about it on Thursday. If it's about something in general that is not really going to hinder those who have not written from writing, then you can ask. Hello? All right, it's not working out there. Hello?
So I just wanted to ask, since I was looking at the page over here, what does a volume and capacity mean?
Capacity.
Capacity.
Yes, we're gonna discuss volume and capacity.
Okay. Thank
Awesome.
you.
All right. Hello.
Hello, sir.
How are you?
Sir?
How are you?
Fine, and you, sir?
If it was warm, I'd be better.
No, sir. I'm sitting right in front of the heater.
That's good. What is your question?
Sir, I actually need to tell you something. Sir, this other day, I didn't actually be able to get into class.
Which one? We were just doing revision for the test. So if this you didn't understand, you could have just gone to YouTube. The class is there. The whole
No, sir.
That's fine.
I have Wi-Fi.
All right. Good. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Thank you for the question. Last one.
Sir,
Hello.
hello, sir. How are you?
I'm super. How are you?
Good and better if it was warmer.
Exactly. Yes. What is your question?
I didn't do so well in the test with long division, so can we do it again?
We will do it again, but let us not discuss it. Remember, I said let's not discuss the test. We can speak about it just in general to say, look, I found it hard, and then we leave it at that. But discussing the test, we'll do it tomorrow, and we'll speak about each and every question, and I'll open your eyes to certain things in the test. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Awesome. 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 Fantastical. Right. So we are doing volume and capacity. Right. Here is my email address and my Twitter handle. Please, when you are done writing, please send me an email with your beautiful test there, written or typed, etc. Please send it to me, so I can. Once you're done writing your beautiful artwork, because it's artwork, your artwork, or putting down the knowledge that you can bestow upon us, please send it to me via email, and I'll wait for it and mark. So we're discussing volume and capacity. Volume. So I have a question for you guys. Who knows what volume is? Who knows what capacity is? What do you think volume is? Please, 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 just if you hear the word of volume, what does it mean? What idea comes to mind? What idea comes to mind when someone says no, the volume of something? The volume, volume. Some of you think sound. I know. It's not the first time I've met someone who's spoken of sound. Already have heard volume. I'm not in that direction, but I'm somewhere that also use the word volume. So what do you think when we say volume? Right? When something becomes louder or softer. Volume, volume, volume. Let's just go in. Volume is the measure of amount of space. So we have three T shapes, right? Né? We have three T shapes. Né? 3T shapes, remember I said that when you also look at 3T shapes, you can also think of them as containers or things that we can put, that can hold things in. Remember the 3T. So 3T shapes, if we look at a cylinder can hold something within it. Right? So when we look at volume, when we speak about volume is actually saying to us, in other words, volume, in the other words, is trying to say to us to say that when we are looking at a particular 3D shape or a particular container, and we want to ask this container, how much space does the container have? How much space does the container have? Then we have working out its volume, the space within it. Before you put in anything, before you put in whatever, and we now ask ourselves to say, how much space does this cylinder have? It's called volume. How much space does this pentagonal prism have? It's volume. How much space does this cube or cuboid have? It's volume. That's volume. How much space does a container have? Space. I don't want to say area because it will confuse you, but how much space inside. That's why you find out that when someone says put more clothes in the cupboard, you're like, but there's no longer space. That means the volume is up to its fullest. It's complete. You've taken up all the volume within. That's why it's space. It's space. How much space? How much space does a particular container have? Please, guys, screenshot, write down. Now, volume is a measure of the amount of space. Oh, and volume is measured in either, you can say meters cubed. It's cubed. Why? You'll see now why we call it cubed. But it's sometimes meters cubed, centimeters cubed, whatever unit of measure you find there, it's cubed. It's cubed. It's cubed. It's cubed. It's cubed. It's cubed. Right? Whatever unit of measure you find there, it's cubed. So if you are done writing, please tell me in the chat. Please tell me in the chat. So volume is the amount of space that a container has. Amount of space a container takes up. Amount of space a container has. That is volume. 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 Beautiful. Can I have notification from 2 more people who are done so I can move on to the next thing? Okay, I have a question. I have a question. Question.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello, Sam.
How are you?
Fine, thanks. And you, Sam?
I would have been better if it was warmer.
Me too, Sam.
All right. What is your question?
So I wanted to tell you that at my I already know what volume is. So I read about it in my textbook.
Oh, excellent, excellent. And what did it say about volume? What
It
did
said
you
that volume.
from what you read? What can you tell us?
So it said that volume. Let me just take my textbook and read to you the passage.
Yeah, can read to us. What does it say? What does it say about volume? I want to hear from you as well, you know.
Pardon?
I would love to hear from you to say, what does it say? Please read aloud so that everyone can hear, right?
Yes, Sam.
Please read aloud so everyone can hear. Please read aloud so everyone can hear. Have you started reading?
No, Sam.
All right. Quick. Not a long passage, right?
No, Sam.
All right. So you can start. So you can start. Have you got it yet?
Not yet, Sam. Get it? Okay, Sam.
All right. Beautiful. Yes.
Volume is the amount of space that something takes up. We will learn more about volume in term 4. Here are some activities to practice. Volume can be measured using cubes.
That's all.
So volume equals to 3 cubes.
All right.
That's an example, Sam.
Uh-huh.
And then let me read capacity. The
All
amount
right.
of liquid that a container can hold is called
Hold
its capacity.
capacity. And it's
That
measured in
it's measured in milliliters and liters.
liters.
The standard
Because it's liquid.
measure for measuring capacity is the liter. The
Exactly.
shortened form for writing liters is L.
All right. Awesome. 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 Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Yes. So volume is the amount of space that a particular object can hold, and then capacity is the amount of liquid. Yes, but I'll elaborate on that later on. So volume, the amount of space or occupied by a three-dimensional object measured in cubic meters. So it's always cubed, guys, cubed, because you're always using 3 dimensions. That's why volume, you always work out with 3D shapes. Please, guys, please. You will never ever, yes, there is area will work out with 2D. Perimeter will work out with 2D. But volume is only 3D objects. Why? 3D objects have 3 dimensions. That's where even the cubed part comes from. You are multiplying together 3 dimensions. You are working around 3 dimensions, namely length, width, and height. Length, width, and height. That's where volume comes from. That's why you're working out the amount of space. You see these 3 dimensions. Please write this down. Volume of a cube or a cuboid. You're working out with length, width, and height. That's why it's cubed. Later on in life, you'll understand where the whole idea of squared and cubed comes from. But the cubed element comes from because you're working with a 3D object and you're working with 3 dimensions, length, width, and height. That's how you work out how much space a container has. That's how you work out how much space a particular container has. The volume of a container, you work it out using length, width, and height. Volume. It's worked out in cube. So whatever, even if they say it's 3 meters long, 4 meters wide, and 5 meters high, it's going to be meters cubed when working it out. Cubed, always. And it only works with 3D objects. I'm going to repeat myself 10 times. You'll never, ever do volume with a 2D. Because the first question you can ask a person who can ask you about working out volume with a 2D object is where is the space on a 2D object if a 2D object is flat? Remember, 2D objects are flat, right? So you can't work out a volume on a 2D, but you can work it out on a 3D. Why? They're solid, they have thickness, and they have the 3 dimensions that we need. That's how we work out volume. The space. Yes, 3D objects are solid. Remember the definition, guys. Remember the definitions of 3D and 2D that I gave you are very important. Are we done writing this down? Please, so we can move on to capacity. so we can have a conversation about capacity. We've been blessed with an explanation on both volume and capacity. So I want to also put my element about it. But remember, we once did the definitions, guys, of 3D and 2D. Unless I'm talking to a wrong class. If I'm talking to the wrong class, then it's my mistake. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you have a question?
Why do we use remainders?
That's a question for another class. Let's stick to volume and capacity for now, né? Then
Yes, sir.
about
Yes, sir.
remainders when we're dealing with long division for another time.
Okay.
Awesome. Hello? Hello? All right, no answer. Hello? Hello? All right, no answer. Okay. No answers at all. All right, if we're all done writing, that is fantastic. If we're done writing, that is fantastic. Let us move on right along. Capacity, the amount of liquid or portable substance a container can hold. So capacity, the amount of liquid or portable substance a container. So a volume, which is the amount of space we have in a container. And we have capacity to say that if I were to fill this thing with a liquid, preferably water, water is always used in the example with capacity. Water is the on top of, I think, the number one usable term when we're talking about capacities is water. So water is always used as a prime example, as the creme de la creme, or let me say, yeah, the best one out of them all of examples when we're talking about capacity is with water. So the capacity is basically asking, how much water can I put in this container? I have a cuboid. How much water can this cuboid hold? I have a cylinder. How much water can this cylinder hold? I have okay, not a sphere. I have give me another one. I have a square-based pyramid. How much water can this square-based pyramid hold? That is capacity. That is capacity. We're asking about the amount of potable liquid or a substance that a container can hold. Volume speaks about space. Capacity speaks about the amount of liquid or substance the container can hold. Volume tells you to say, this is the potential space that's within the shape, right? Before you use it, before you even have an idea of using it, it tells you that the space I have is this. This is my volume. Capacity now says, if we're working out its capacity, capacity says that this is the amount of liters you can point to here. I have a box. Or let me say you have a fish tank, right? You have a fish tank. You don't know what you're going to put in this fish tank, right? You don't know. And someone says, I want you to pour water inside. So for you to find out how much water you must pour inside this fish tank, What are you going to work out? Are you going to work out its volume or are you going to work out its capacity? Someone says, please pour water into this fish tank. What are you going to work out? Are you going to work out its volume or are you going to work out its capacity? Are you going, which one are you going to work out? The volume or the capacity? Anyone? Please raise your hand. If someone, as a prime example, you have a fish tank. You know, a fish tank is where you have all your little fish inside and you feed them, you grow them. It's where they stay, right? And then someone says that, okay, we work, let's say hypothetically, we worked out all the other stuff and they said, okay, I want you to pour in water, right? And you have a jug in your hand. And this jug is 200 milliliters, right? And you want to know how many times you must be running up and down to fill this fish tank. What are you going to work out? Its volume or going to work out its capacity? Please raise your hand so you can tell me. Are we going to work out the volume or going to work out the capacity? Which one? Because what if I say something else, right? What are we working out? Volume or capacity? Hello? 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 All right.
Good morning,
Hello?
sir.
Morning.
How are
I was asking, are we going to work out the volume or capacity?
capacity?
Awesome. Yes, not the volume. We're going to work out the capacity because we want to know how much liquid can we put inside. So we're going to work out the capacity. Later on, we're going to know how to use the volume to get capacity, but let's just keep right. So you've got capacity. Capacity is the measure of how much a container can hold. We might measure capacity of a bottle or cup or carton, anything which can hold something. One carton can hold 1 liter of milk. Capacity is 1 liter. Then we have the different instruments that we work out capacity with. And estimating capacity. When you are estimating capacity, it is useful to think of the container that you are familiar with and how much they contain. So when we're speaking about capacity, we're just saying that this cup I have here can hold or has a capacity of 500 milliliters. This carton has a capacity of 1 liter. That is capacity. That is capacity. Please, guys, write this down. Write measuring capacity, then you write all the instruments that you use, and then leave this out. So please write this down and this down. I'll give you guys 3 minutes to do it. I'll give you guys a beautiful 3 minutes to do it. So, because we need to go to an exercise now that doesn't really involve calculations at all. Three minutes. And if you guys have anything to add, you can add. Capacity is measured in liters, milliliters. Yes, you guys, I see there's a question about the chat box. Yes, you can use the chat box to answer questions. There's liters, milliliters. That's capacity. That is capacity. Goes to liters, milliliters. That is capacity. That is capacity. When you are done, you can tell me in the chat. When you are done, you can tell me in the chat. The test is found on www.africateengeeks.co.za. www.africateengeeks.co.za. I'll put it up again. I'll write it again in the link in the chat before we close the lesson. That's where you find the test. Those who might still be lost, we're talking about volume and capacity. Volume, you're working out the amount of space an object has. Capacity, you're working out how much liquid it can hold. How much water can it hold? How much water can this particular container hold? That's it. That's it. The volume, we're speaking about the space. Why? Because soon now we're going to be learning how to calculate volume and capacity. Soon now we're going to be actually now doing calculations to work out the volume and capacity of particular objects. So please write down now the two things that I've shown you on there. You have about, I'll give you, since I don't see a lot of people are done, I'll give you 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. I'll give you guys 2 more minutes to write. 2 more minutes. If you are taking a screenshot, take a screenshot. As I say, use the technology as much as possible. Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And you, sir?
I'm excellent. You have a question?
No, sir.
All right. All right, 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 all right. All right. All right, all right, all right. You have 59 seconds now. Please write. Please write. Please write. Ten seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that, you guys are done. So then, as I said, capacity is the amount of liquid a container. Now, the words that we use in capacity: empty, full, half empty, half full, nearly empty, nearly full, overflowing, volume, not really, container, cup, holds, and more. Please write this down. Please write this down. These are what you'd use in word problems. Please write this one down. This one is very important. Half empty. Work out half the capacity of a 500 milliliter bottle? Write that down quickly so we can go and touch on a little class exercise that I have prepared for you guys. And then after that, go to homeworks. After homework, then we close. Then we close. Empty, full, half empty. That's why I've said something is half full, half empty, nearly empty, nearly full. Those are the words that we use, we play around when we are looking either for the capacity or we're working out the capacity. Those are the words that are used or played around with. Those are the words that are used or played around. For capacity. Capacity, capacity, capacity. For capacity, capacity, capacity. Those are the words we play around with, guys. Those are the words we play around with. It's important. That's why I said, guys, in maths, also, why we learn word problems as well, because we are trying our best also to put it in the real life aspect. Because you need to put things in real life as well. Hello?
Sir,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. So sir, capacity is actually an amount of something.
Yeah, like liquid. Remember that it's worked out in liters and milliliters, etc.
Okay.
And then
So
volume deals with your space, the space that you have. Mhm.
I'm still not really understanding why we use volume, because volume is a bit harder to understand, because volume, it's like the space of what? So
The
if there's
space
water
of,
all around this house and there's all
for
around this,
example,
yes, if there's water all around this house,
uh,
but there is still
example,
a bit more water so that it can fill up the whole entire house. Is that volume?
let me ask you, if you had a box right now, you have a box, we will say the box is like a cube. Then I
Yes.
say, how much space is in that box? What would you say?
I have no idea.
What is the space in that box? How much space you have in that box?
I don't know.
We're working out the volume. To work
Sorry.
out how much space a particular thing has, you're working out its volume.
So
Why capacity speaks about like how much liquid or substance you can put inside. But when you want the space of it, the space, then that's how you're working out the volume of it.
so
Mhm.
capacity is like, I don't even know how to say this. So it's like a measuring.
Yes, both are measurements. Both of these things are measurements. But one deals with the amount of liquid or substance you can put inside. One deals with space.
Yes.
For
So
example, a Coca-Cola bottle. What is more important to Coca-Cola when they're looking at the Coca-Cola bottle? Is it volume or capacity?
it's the volume.
Let's look at a Coca-Cola bottle, a bottle of Coca-Cola, right?
Okay.
What just said. empty bottle of Coca-Cola. What is more important to them, the volume or the capacity?
So if it is
Out
empty,
the
then
space, and one is used to work out the amount of liquid that can go inside. Which one is more important?
I think it's the capacity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Measurement. It's all about a measurement. Hence, also, if I was to say to you, you have a box, you want to know if you have 10 blocks that are you have 10 blocks of bricks, or 10 bricks, right? And you
Yes,
want
sir.
boxes, right? What are you going to work out? What are you going to work out? Are you going to work out the capacity or the volume of that object?
So what do I have?
If you are looking at bricks, let's say you have bricks,
Mhm.
bricks 10. And now you want to know, to say that these bricks, because you know bricks are 3D, right? And
Yeah,
you've
that's
worked
very hard.
the 3D, you've worked out the amount of things space that this brick can take alone on its own. What are you
Yes.
going to work out for the box? Are you going to work out its capacity or its volume? Do you know how many bricks you must put inside there?
I don't really know. This thing is
You're
actually
going to work out the volume. Remember that one deals with space. Nah?
okay.
The measurement of space within a 3D object. Then
Okay.
the other one deals with the measurement of liquid, or how much liquid can you put in. Still the same thing. It's as a measurement.
Okay, sir.
You understand? That's all you need to
Yeah.
know. In your mind, just connect volume, space, capacity, liquid. Once
Yes.
you two like that, you'll be fine. Why? Because later on it starts making more sense now when we start doing the calculations.
Yes, sir.
Because that's now where you are going to see the element of saying, where does this idea of volume being cubed comes from? Remember that if you have 3 dimensions, where it comes cubed, it's going to come more sense in the calculations. But you must know, no, when we're working out volume, it's cubed.
So
When we're working out capacity, we're dealing with liters, milliliters, etc.
okay. So are those two opposites?
Let me move to the homework, because I think we could have done a class exercise, but it's fine. What volume and capacity?
Yeah.
Mm.
And they opposites.
Let me just say something, guys. This is your homework, right? Here's your homework. This is your homework. You can't say the opposites. They are just
Why?
dealing with different things. You understand?
Okay, so is it because capacity is it's mostly about, what's it called again?
The liquid or the
Yeah, the
substance of this particular object.
yeah,
That's
and then
about
afterwards the
two different
volume.
things.
Yes,
All
and
right.
the volume.
And then volume is working out space. But we'll deliberate about that more on Friday. Hopefully on Friday, if we're done with the test. But thank you so much for the questions. I wish we could have done a class, the class exercise that I had planned. But it's fine. Such things do happen when we're discussing mathematics. I'm giving you guys the website, right? I'm giving you guys the website to get your tests in the chat. And then I'm giving you also my email address to send the tests to, right? So you'll see that I've put up the website, I've put up my email address. Write them down. There's your homework. Screenshot it. There we go. All you do here is you are just estimating. That's all you're doing. Estimating. You understand? That's all you do, you estimate. Besides that, guys, I love you all. Thank you guys for the interactive lesson. Thank you guys. I know that with maths, we can chat forever and have a discussion forever because maths is a beautiful subject. That's why I always told people that one thing I would love most in the world is the ability to do maths beyond the grave. That's one thing I would love to do. Also, I saw there's a birthday, so I'd say also happy birthday to you. Stay awesome, stay fantastic. I think you also share a birthday with my dear daughter. So stay fantastic. And guys, I love you all. Stay awesome, stay fantastic, and goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Goodbye. Come in. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye. It's not open. Goodbye. Goodbye. Let me just do this. Whatever. Let me leave myself.